Hello. It's day 3. I see some people in the comments, which is awesome. I see someone who was a work watcher yesterday has the day off, and she said we get the full attention today. That's so fun. And Sandy is right down the road from us, and my husband says I say this wrong. Wapak, Ohio.
Wapak?
He thinks I say it wrong.
Well, he's from Putnam County.
Yeah.
And Sandy will understand that.
He
says his own county wrong. So,
so hello. I also see some me's in the comments, which means you guys or brave enough to take the plunge with our mystery quilt. And I have done a terrible job at introducing ourselves this week, by the way. My name is Aubrey Ellerbrock. I'm the chaos coordinator, and I have my trusty team of people. Thank God for Eve and Nina, who are also chaos coordinators, keeping everything straight. And then we also have had Linda Remmers, who is our co-founder, this year's Mystery Quilt designer and digitizer, with us the past 2 days. And today I get to introduce you, if you're new around here, to my real life sister.
Hi,
Sarah Congdon.
And I am not a chaos coordinator. In
You
fact,
do a little
I
of everything.
add to the chaos most of the time. But I'm a designer and digitizer here at Hoop Sisters as well. I did not get to design the mystery quilt this year.
You did last year.
But I'm here to talk about fabrics today.
Yeah, so we're super excited to talk about fabrics. So fabrics is like one of the main things that people are kind of struggle with when you think of a mystery quilt. How do I pick something out when I don't even know what the quilt looks like? So that's why we have Sarah here today.
That's right. I think it's kind of fun to not know what it looks like. And sometimes I think it can make it a little bit easier, actually. You don't overthink it as much, maybe. Maybe some people are the opposite of that, though.
There is a new perspective for you, right? So keep the comments coming. Before Sarah dives into all the tips that will help you pick your fabric, I did want to again mention our trustee shops. These shops are participating in the Mystery Quilt through their affiliate link. So you can visit their website. If you see a Hoop Sisters logo on there, it'll probably link to our website, and that's how you can shop through them. Thank you. You can also just give them a call, look them up on Facebook or online, and just say, hey, I want to do Hoop Sisters Mystery Quilt, and I would love for you to get some credit for it. And they would be glad to help you out. Okay, so we have Yankee Quilter in Connecticut, Quilter's Yard in Kansas, Calico Cats in Texas, Snip and Stitch in British Columbia, Canada, So Crazy is in Indiana, Sewing Concepts in Illinois, The Quilted Nest in New Jersey, Heather Bell is up in Ontario, Canada, along with Cherished Pieces. And we also have A&A White, who is in Holiday, Florida, and Raybon in Fargo, North Dakota. And I know I read those really fast, but that's the third day in a row that we have shared those. So, hi, Robin. How you doing? So, yeah, go to the shops. And when I say that, you can stop in, or if they're just maybe even an hour away from you, just get a hold of them online. And I'm sure that they would be happy to help you, okay? And so along those lines, I see a question I'll answer. So their participation is through an affiliate link. So what that means is you click into our website from them, it tracks it, and then you're really just shopping on our website, but they get credit for it. So you will get the exact same bonuses, free gifts from us, and things of that nature, okay? So hopefully that helps clear that up. And is anyone just tuning in day 3 for the first time? If so, maybe drop a number 5 in the comments. Some of this is going to be a little bit of a repeat if you have been hanging out with us all week. But we just want to make sure that you 100% know what you're getting into. It is so much fun. So Sarah, what's a mystery quilt?
It really is a mystery. So the mystery quilt is something that we make every year, and around May we launch it, and you purchase it without having any idea what it looks like.
And look, we've got people just joining us day 3 for the first time. So
welcome. Yeah, so you have the opportunity to purchase this without having any idea what it looks like. And then each week for 5 weeks this year, we will reveal another piece of the quilt to you. So basically the quilt is broken out into 4 sections this year. And for those 4 weeks, we'll offer you a few more blocks. Well, in the 5th week, we do joining and assembly. But so yeah, you just we build upon each week, and you'll learn a little more about what it looks like each week. It's really, really fun.
It's like every week is another surprise, because you get a reveal for the next week's blocks that you're going to be working on, which is a ton of fun. Okay. And then we also, before we dive into the fabric, I do want to again touch on what you get. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but I do see some number 5s, meaning this might be your first day and you're new to it. So we definitely include a fabric and thread key, which we will talk more on today. you do get the 5 sets of weekly files and step-by-step instructions. You want to talk about block sizes?
Yeah, so it comes in 8-inch and 6-inch block sizes. So that's an 8x8-inch block and a 6x6-inch block. It is multi-formatted designs. So you definitely should be able to do it. We have 6 different formats that are included. And then live class instruction, which is so fun.
Yeah.
Linda and probably Aubrey, I'm not sure, but at least Linda will be live with you each week for those 5 weeks, providing live instruction and step-by-step stitching out blocks. Great demonstration. And Linda is a fabulous teacher.
Yeah.
So you'll learn a lot from her. And then obviously that last one, optional backing as edge-to-edge quilting. So you can do the edge-to-edge quilting if you like. Linda will show you exactly how to do that. Or you can just do traditional one-piece backing for this quilt.
Yeah, so that's super cool. So you have 2 options to pick from there. And that's not always in our stuff. That's an extra bonus that you guys are going to get. Also, mark these dates on your calendar. If you were dropping a me and you're going to be a mystery quilter this year, the replays will be available. But it's a lot of fun to be here in person live, I guess I should say, if you can. So week 1, that's you're pre-ordering now. Pre-ordering is opened up now. We're going to dive in and get started on May 29th. And then we're going to have 5 Wednesdays back to back to back, where we're going to drop files, that next week's files in your account by 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we're going to have those live classes at the same time that you're actually watching live right now. So that is what we will do. I am not doing a good job at keeping up with all the comments and questions. Yes, there will be lots of instructions on edge to edge. And we will cover it in the one of the live classes as well. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving. All right. So why don't you talk about this?
Yeah. So
what happened?
Fabric kits are gone. They're gone. So that's awesome if you snagged one. If you didn't and you were hoping to, I'm so sorry, but today we'll give you kind of different ideas.
Right.
And you could always, I do want to mention in the fabric and thread key, the last couple pages, I think it's the last 3 pages, include information on the fabrics that we included in our fabric kits. So you could always take that to your local quilt shop and find very similar fabrics to those as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So why don't you get started? I'm gonna flash the finished sizes up on screen because I saw a question about that, but you can do your thing.
All right. So fabric picking tips. First, I wanted to mention that in the fabric and thread key, you will see this page that you can see on your screen right now. It's great because once you pick your fabrics, I would highly recommend that you just snip off a little 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square and stick that in each of those places so that you can always refer back to that throughout those 5 weeks when you're stitching your quilt. Because if you're anything like me, you might buy something and then when May 29th rolls around, you're going, what the heck is this? So I would definitely recommend utilizing this page. I'm gonna take over here, Aubrey, and probably mess something up. Let's see.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I have a few fabric picking tips that I wanted to share with you, just kind of different scenarios almost. So this first one just says, not sure. Are you not sure where to start when picking your fabrics for Mystery Quilt? My recommendation and my tip to you is just to keep it simple. Keep it very, very simple and stick with solids because you know solids are a safe bet. We'll get to prints in a second. I'm sure we'll have some questions on prints, so we'll talk about those in a second. But you know, if you've never done a mystery quilt or you're just really unsure about which direction to go with your fabrics, just eliminate the prints and stick with solids. You can really pick any color fabric for your background fabric as long as it is a solid or reads as a solid. And then after that, just choose maybe your favorite color and pick 3 different shades for fabrics 2, 3, and 4. She's marking comments for us. Okay, so our second tip, if you want to use a print in your mystery quilt, I would recommend using a print only in fabrics 2, 3, and 4. And I would suggest sticking with a smaller print in those areas. Don't go for a big print. You're not going to see a lot of it in those areas. So stick with a smaller print. And then fabric 1, which is also your background fabric, maybe go with a solid or something that reads as a solid, especially if you're using prints in 2, 3, and 4. And in regards to prints, I would probably stay away from a directional print. I think it is just, it becomes a little more difficult
You
when
have
you're using
you
a
have more
directional
room
print.
for error.
Yes, yes. So probably stay away from a directional print and use something that is smaller for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Last fabric picking tip. We're going to sprinkle tips in throughout here, but my last tip slide. If you have a large print that you really like or something that goes with other things in your house and you really want to use that in this quilt, I would recommend using that as your backing fabric. And then from that large print, you can pull out different colors to use for fabrics 1 through 4. I think that's a really good idea. We share this tip a lot. I think it's a great tip because I know when I don't know what color I want to go with something, I kind of just go online or go to our stash and find a print that I really, really like, and then just pull 3 more colors out of that print to get fabrics 2, 3, and 4.
In fact, Annie wore a shirt yesterday that was like a really beautiful kind of deep blue and green. And, and I was like, that would be perfect if you just added 2 more colors to it. So you can get inspiration from lots of different
places. Over here now. I'm going to share. I have 3 different colorways that I pulled from our stash of fabrics here at the office. And then I will share 2 more colorways with you that I just thought were kind of pretty and funky that I picked online. Okay, so right here in this colorway, I would use this cream color as my background fabric. So it's definitely a solid. I believe this is Michael Miller's Cotton Couture line. So it is just a cotton, regular, solid cream colored fabric. And then this one is kind of
she's got a print.
A buttery yellow, yep, with a little bit of a print. We've got some orange and then like a bluish green right in there. So that's a fun one. That's a print. This one is also a print, but it's kind of a tone on tone almost, and it definitely, to me, reads more as a solid, but up close, it is a print. And then we've got this really pretty green fabric that kind of has almost like a gold shiny overlay to it. So it's really, really pretty. So I love this. So I have to say, if I were making the mystery quilt, and I've got to give Annie credit, she brought these 3 into me this morning. If I were doing the mystery quilt, I'd probably stick with those. I like these. These are just my personal preference. So there's one colorway option for you. Now, if you don't like that and you want to go with something brighter, this is brighter for sure. So with this one, I would just pick a bright white to be my fabric 1, which is my background fabric. And then fabrics 2, 3, and 4, I've got these 3 fabrics. Now, each of these is a print, but you can see they're smaller prints. This one's a little bit bigger, but still a small print for sure. These are poppy cotton fabrics, and this is their country confetti line, country confetti. So they are prints, kind of can read more as a solid depending on how far away you are. I would say up close, they're definitely a print, but far away, not quite as noticeable. So those are fun. I also really, really like this one. So this one, again, this would be fabrics 2, 3, and 4. And now keep in mind when you're picking fabrics too, fabric 2, I can see on the fabric and thread key requires more fabric than fabric 3 and 4. So it's probably going to be a little more prominent in the quilt. So that's another kind of hint for you when you're picking fabrics. Maybe make your favorite fabric 2. That is what I would do for another colorway option. So fun colorways that we have right here. And then we're going to switch back over to our slides and I will share 2 more ideas with you. Oh, just kidding.
Oh,
I forgot
sorry.
No, this is fine.
I went 1 forward.
Oh, no, this is fine. I think this is fine. I forgot about this slide, but I'm happy I put it in there because I would have forgot to talk about it. So thread picking tips. One of the great things about this mystery quilt, you only need 1 color thread. So when you're picking your thread, there are 2 questions that you can ask yourself. Do you want the quilting to show texture as opposed to the color of the thread? If so, then I would recommend picking a thread that is slightly lighter or darker than your background fabric. So it'll kind of blend in a little more, but you're going to see texture from that quilting. If you want your thread to really pop and have a lot of impact with the quilting, then I would choose a thread that matches fabrics 2, 3, or 4.
That's a great tip.
Yep. So, and that tip, by the way, I pulled directly from the amazing fabric and thread key that Linda made for you guys. So that tip is right on there. Okay. If Linda's watching, I feel like she's probably laughing because whenever I pick colorways for quilts, I kind of always lean toward these colors.
Yeah.
I love these colors. I think they look great with almost any quilt. So here for my background fabric, I've just got a bright white. Fabric 2 is called Lagoon. It's kind of a dark turquoise. And then we've got like a peach fabric. And then the next one's called Paprika, just a little bit darker shade of that peach. So I just think those are really pretty. With this one, when you're picking thread, you could go with one that kind of matches your bright white if you want your quilting and your thread color to kind of blend in a little bit more, and then the texture from the quilting to really pop. Or if you'd rather your thread color pop on there, I would probably pick Paprika for my thread.
I want to pop this up here because I have 2 shout outs to do today.
Okay.
One of them is from Joni, who just commented, and she said she likes to she picked her thread first on this quilt for a change and then selected fabrics.
Okay.
And Joni, we have a picture that you posted that we're going to share in just a minute.
That's
all right.
awesome.
You ready for the next?
That's a good tip. I like that, Joni, because it's a little backwards from how you'd normally do things. But it's fun and a little different.
By the way, I see a ton of questions coming in and I'm starring them so we can go back to them. We do not sell thread. Okay. How do you feel? We'll get to the thread, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Well, we talked a little bit about thread, but I'll answer any questions that you're starring.
Okay.
Okay. This colorway is a little wild. It's kind of funky,
yeah,
but I really like it, especially for this mystery quilt. I think it would be really fun. Kind of a medium gray for your background fabric, and then a dark blue, kind of a denim color for fabric 2, and then that bright, almost like neon lime for 3, and then an apricot color kind of for fabric 4.
Ooh, this one is going to be bright.
So if I did this, I would probably pick apricot for, am I saying that? I feel like I'm saying
apricot?
Apricot?
Or apricot? Apricot? I think it depends on where you live.
You know what I'm talking about. So I'd probably pick that for my thread, just because I feel like you got to go bold with this color.
Okay, so say the thread thing again. When you're doing this, you would do what kind of thread?
So there's 2 questions essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pick whether you want your thread color to blend in a little bit more, which will show really texture on that quilting, or if you want the color of your thread to really pop and make an impact on the quilt. So with this colorway, I would pick for my thread color to even make more of an impact. So I would pick the apricot color for my thread.
Okay.
It's a little wild.
That one's wild. So
I know.
We went from your usual to like, woo!
Something way, way crazy for me, at least. Go bold or go home. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to let you take control.
Okay. So that is, I did have one. I keep forgetting about my slides. I'm happy they're in here. Just another time I wanted to remind you, if you liked the fabric kits that we were offering that are now sold out, you can find, Georgette likes my wild colors.
There you go.
See? But if you liked those fabric kits, you can reference exactly from what line they were from and the names of the colors and everything in the fabric and thread key. And if you take whatever fabric way that you, or colorway that you like to your local quilt shop, you can always kind of color match from the fabrics that they offer. Was there anything else I was going to say?
I saw a question and I text Linda, who is the designer digitizer, just because I wanted to make sure and I wanted to answer this. Someone said, could this be made larger? And she said, her answer was, and she'll be back on Friday, so we can dive into this more if you guys want to. But she said, it absolutely can be made larger.
I think this could be made larger easily too. I know
there you go.
Some of our quilts, you kind of have to like really like put your thinking cap on if you want to make it larger. I don't think that would be an issue with this quilt. I think you guys could very easily make this one larger.
By just adding blocks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you'll find out the end of June how to do that.
Yeah. Okay. The other question that I saw pop in that I texted Linda because I want to make sure and I want to answer it is, someone said, can you make additional quilts? So a lot of times when we do Mystery Quilt, we have what we call one block wonders. And we just mean you can take one block from this quilt and repeat it and have more block or more quilts, right? And so I said, any one block wonders this year? She said, for sure. I don't know if she wants me to say this. Should I say that? Okay, never mind.
She'll say that later. But yes, there are definitely
one block
I
wonders.
don't remember exactly how many there are. Linda would know that.
Yeah.
But there are definitely at least a handful of one block wonders.
Irene, you want to drop the word fabric because it's our key word today, and we are giving away a mystery quilt. That's why everyone's like fabric.
So, I just want to say, I'm seeing a few people say I like those colors too. And I think this is what they're talking about.
Okay.
And even if it's not, I'm going to say that it is because I think it's kind of cool.
It is cool. And it is very different than what you would normally pick.
It is.
But I mean, it's a mystery. Why not go big and have fun, right?
But yeah. So I think that is it as far as fabric tips.
But we've got more fun stuff for you.
I also did see someone asked, where do I get the fabric and thread key? So the fabric and thread key is when you order the mystery quilt and you check out, it's in there. But it's also, you can just get it for free in our VIP Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook or something like that, which we know not everybody is, you can always reach out to Nina via email. I would email her and say, I'm not in Facebook, but I'd like to take a look at this, and she can send it to you. But it's in 2 places for you to get your hands on, okay? Sarah, you better watch these Fast and Furious comments. And then I have starred some questions, which means we will check them in a little bit and get back to those towards the end. So those were the fabric picking tips that we had to share with you guys today. If you have any questions about those, now's a fantastic time. And in fact, I'm going to switch you sides, okay, Sarah. So you can start the comments if you see a fabric question. Ooh, there's a fabric question. We'll get to that one.
I like that.
Okay, so this is a bit of a recap for those of you who have been hanging out with us a couple days. It's probably brand new if you put a 5 in the comments earlier. But we do have limited time pricing and a bundle bonus going on through Friday at midnight. So you get a whole week to decide this time instead of just 2 days. So basically what that means is if you put the design, the mystery quilt design for $94 in your cart, and you add Battleizer, which is our batting and stabilizer combination product, add one of those to your cart, either 5 yards or 15 yards. Recommend the 15 yards unless you have, based on the finish size of the quilt, unless you maybe already have some in stock. So when you do that, if you put the design and one of the Battlizers in your cart, you will get 10% off. And you will get the bonus that you see on screen. Linda spent Monday and Tuesday stitching it and showing you how to pin and trim to get ready to join it. That is a $45 value. That's a big bonus this year.
It is. Like, it is.
Normally our bonuses are around like a $15 value, and they're amazing and still fun. This one is excessive. It's big and beautiful, and I've seen people post theirs already. Are you keeping an eye on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's like, so you get 10% off when you put those 2 things in your cart, and you get that bonus. Can you flip my slide?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Now the fabric kits, as we mentioned, have sold out, but we have walked you through where to get the fabric and thread key and some fabric suggestions. The fabric and thread key has the kits that we had the colors listed in it too. So that part is gone. No more fabric kits, but we still do have hoop scissors minis in stock. And if you place an order for $149 or more, we're sending this to you without the $25 price tag that comes along with it. So these scissors are fantastic. They have an offset handle.
I cleaned up earlier.
Oh, Sarah cleaned. Now I can't find anything. I'm going to show these to you because they're amazing. So they're the cutest little scissor, but the magic is this offset handle, which allows you to easily trim while your fabrics and threads are still everything in the hoop, and wonderful pointy tip to it. And they're really great for applique. You will absolutely love these. And so those are let me put this back up. Those are a free gift from us. This week only, when your cart reaches $149, it will just automatically pop in there. This is available to international customers as well. You do have to pay the shipping portion, but it's available to you guys too. Can I flip my thing?
Yeah, sorry.
She's trying to tag
I'm
comments.
hogging.
Okay. Also, we do have, again, through Friday at midnight only, and within the contiguous US, we do have free shipping if your order hits $199. So if you got the design, the battleizer, you need a trimmer, strip stick, we have different vanish light and monopoly threads. So whatever you need, we got you, and we're shipping it for free. So between the free shipping and the free gift, and the whole fun that comes with Mystery Quilt, the extra edge-to-edge files, we feel like we've made this a pretty sweet deal, and we can't wait for all of you to jump on board and hang out with us for 5 weeks while we kind of reveal a little bit along the way. Okay.
What's next? Should we answer questions?
Yes. Let's answer questions. In fact, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
And I'm going to pop these up. Some of these we might have already answered, but I'm going to leave you on that side because you probably...
Okay. So Miss Karen says, what is monofilament thread and where do you use it?
Good question.
So monofilament thread is an invisible thread. You'll see it on our website. I think
I'm gonna grab a quilt.
I don't remember exactly what it says on there, but a monofilament thread is an invisible thread. And the only time that you are going to use it is after you've assembled your blocks. You would use it to kind of stitch in the ditch with either a straight stitch or a serpentine stitch to attach the backing fabric to your assembled blocks.
And you really can't tell it's there when you're done.
Right.
So
it
it's really
right
cool. In fact, I kind of want to go find a quilt. There you go.
You go.
Yo, you're doing great.
Sides.
You're doing great.
Okay. You know, when you're on someone else's computer.
I know, but I want
like
you to be able to
foreign.
see the questions.
Okay. Is edge to edge being reviewed in depth before week 1 so we can make an informed decision before we start stitching out the first blocks?
So I don't know the answer to that, Carmen, but I did star it because I'm going to ask Linda, and we're going to be live tomorrow and Friday too. So I'm going to find out the answer. We're going to be talking all about prep, how to prepare for Mystery Quilt on Friday with Linda. So we will ask that so that you can decide.
I'm not speaking out of turn here, but I don't think that whether you're using edge to edge or you're just completing your quilt with a one-piece backing, I don't think it's going to change how you're stitching out your blocks week to week.
That's very true because you're not adding the backing while it's in the hoop.
You won't be adding it in the hoop.
Good
so it's not
point.
going to change your strategy for stitching out your blocks.
My sister is so smart. Okay.
I don't understand. I understand, but can't.
Okay. So I started this.
Okay.
So Mary Lou was asking if she can, I think she was asking if she can just do the edge to edge portion and skip the quilt as you go. You can play with it, but when you order the $94, you're going to get the whole thing. So you can definitely play with maybe doing the edge to edge and putting it together. I honestly don't know, but you're going to get the quilt as you go files with your order. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. What else we got?
Wish you had blue and silver fabric for Hanukkah for the quilt. You could absolutely do that.
Yeah.
So Michelle, go check out your local quilt shop and you can absolutely do that. I think that'd be really pretty actually.
Yes. So we don't have any kits left. We don't have that color or any color left, but you can grab that fabric and thread key and go and grab it as well. Okay. We also have Miss Jones says she prefers batiks. They sometimes have a swirl. Will that be okay?
I think if there's a swirl in it for fabrics 2, 3, and 4, you will be just fine. For your backing fabric, it really just depends, Joan. I think, like I said, as long as it reads as a solid, I think it'd be okay. But for fabrics 2, 3, and 4, you'd be fine. It's just that backing fabric that I'd wonder how much variation is in there.
Okay. And Robin asked, how much yardage do we need for each color?
So this is where you're going to want to go grab that fabric and thread key. It's got all that info in there. Go grab this. This is, if you pre-order, you will get it in your digital files. If you have not pre-ordered and you still want access to that, join our Facebook VIP group and you'll be able to snag that right in there. If you are not on Facebook, just go ahead and contact Nina and she can supply that for you.
Which also answers Cheryl's question that I had started in there. So hopefully that helps you guys.
if you picked black for your background, would it make it too dark? I don't think so, Gwen. Do you remember our fall kit? It has, I think the name of the fabric is metal. It's a very, very, very dark gray.
And
So I don't think that it would. And I think that you could do some really fun things with your thread color.
And our sample that we haven't shown you yet, and we're not going to show you until the very end, is using the fall kit.
Yeah.
And it's dark with pops of color, and it's stunning.
It's really pretty.
So don't be afraid to do that. Did we already talk about this? How do you feel about variegated thread?
I think that'd be really fun in this.
Yes,
I think
I
that
do
would
too,
be fun.
especially in that one part.
That one.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. We like it. And Teresa asked the same thing. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay. And we already answered this. This quilt does have one block wonders.
Mm-hmm.
And what we mean by that is you can take just a block and repeat it and have lots of different types of quilts.
Yep.
So absolutely, we love to do that in our mystery quilts. Okay, Sarah.
Yes. So Chris, we saw your comment, and I think there was one shortly after your comment that I saw too that said they were wondering if they could take kind of the Christmas colorway, take the greens out and put 2 blues in. And I think for both of you, I absolutely think that would work. Patriotic colors would be great.
Okay. Yep. Nina, I haven't asked you to do this yet today, but could you drop 2 links for me in the comments? Could you drop the order link from Hoop Sisters? And could you also drop the link to our VIP Facebook group so that if you are not yet in our VIP Facebook group, you guys can get in there and access the fabric and thread key for free, okay? Sarah. Oh, how important is it to use water-soluble thread and monofilament thread?
So monofilament thread is that clear invisible thread that I think we answered with our very first question. Just talking about where you use it. You're definitely going to want to use that after you've stitched your blocks together when you're joining everything in that final assembly. So definitely snag that for that final assembly process. And then water soluble thread you will be using from week 1 all the way through until you are done stitching out your blocks. It will help you with tacking down your fabrics, especially around the edges of your blocks, so that when you join them together right on those basting stitches, you don't have any of those basting stitches showing, and you can just wash them right away. So I would definitely recommend both of those threads.
Okay.
What are we doing?
The next question. Oh, shoot. I just unstarred the wrong one.
Do you know what? I think I know.
I know what the question is, though. I'm looking on the fabric and thread key, which is in with the design download, also in our VIP group. Bleh, I can't talk anymore. That Nina's posting the link to. You can get it from in there. But inside here, it says, someone asked, how much battleizer do we need for this? In here, now, this is an approximation because there's a couple variables anytime that we're talking about how much battleizer to use. And that would be what size hoop are you using? Because the bigger your hoop, the more battleizer you're going to use. And also which block size are you making? So if you're doing the 6-inch, we're approximating a 5-yard pack would be good. You might need a little bit more. If you're doing the 8-inch, then we would recommend the 15-yard pack. Okay. That was the question that I accidentally
got rid of.
I think we answered this one.
Yeah. Will a dark back? Yeah, Denise, the dark background will definitely work. I know that my examples had light backgrounds. Let me. Oh no.
And
okay,
this.
I'm gonna put this over there. I'm just trying to go back to them. Sorry.
Don't get seasick.
I know there were a lot of lighter backgrounds. I think you could even do a dark background with this colorway and just kind of lighten up fabric too a little bit. And then same thing for this one. You could do a darker background and then lighten up fabric too a little bit. I think a dark background would be great with any of those.
This is within the fabric and thread key. This is the sample that Linda made using these colors. And this was our background. So very dark background, and it pops. And it's funny, I'm going to tell on Linda, but she doesn't really like yellow. It's not her jam. Everybody has preferences. And so we picked these colors. She was working on it and she was like, oh, you sent me yellow. But by the time she was done, she was like, I really love the quilt. It turned out really, really pretty. and it does have that dark background. We had like 30 more comments come in while we were in
I
the
know,
other
I'm trying
screen. So I think Nina's dropping the links because I saw someone asking for those. Okay. Anything else that we need to cover today?
Do you want to answer this one?
I can't see it. Let's just, Doreen, I see your question.
Do a recap in a second.
We'll do a recap, but also if you already ordered and you have questions, Nina's contact information is right here. And so she can get into your specifics with your details. So if you have questions on ordering or what's in your cart, or if you missed something, get a hold of Nina and she will help you out. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to do.
Sorry, I know you are just dying to take over this.
No, I'm not. You
Just
can
kidding.
keep scrolling. But actually, give me this for just a second.
Okay.
I want to do my 2 shout outs. So here's what we're going to do because I don't want to take everybody's time too much. I got 2 shout outs to do. I also have a giveaway to do. If you drop the keyword fabric, and then we're going to do a super quick 1-slide recap. Okay. And Sarah's starring questions. So keep them coming because we'll hang out and answer them. But let me do my shout outs. So the first shout out is going to Miss Joni Sanderson. We love you, Joni. You are, look, you're an all-star contributor. You are always up for a new quilt challenge, always doing a mystery quilt. And you posted in our VIP group your color choices. And we are so excited that she's gone bypassed the grunge, even though it was hard to do. She's stepping outside of her. And Joni, you usually like the brights, right?
Yeah.
Like I could see Joni doing the
Yes.
apricot,
Yes.
whatever. So anyways, Joni, we appreciate you. And I wanted to give you a shout out. The other shout out that I have, I want to get back to okay. The other shout out I have is Nina sent me an email yesterday. She just had gotten off the phone with Gail Utley. So hello, Gail and company. She said, I'm going to read this so I get this all right, that Gail, her daughter, and her sister-in-law have all ordered their mystery quilts. And even though they live in Florida, California, and North Carolina, they're going to do this together, but separate. I think that's so fun. Thank you for sharing that with us. Super cute. So tag a sewing buddy or share this with them and you guys can do the same thing.
Okay.
All right.
A couple more questions that I want to jump back to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brenda's asking, would it be a big deal difference if you used a color thread instead of the invisible thread? If you absolutely cannot use the water soluble thread, you could try using a thread that matches your fabric. If you are looking for a really perfect finish on your quilt and not seeing those basting stitches at all, I would caution you because I would hate for you to make all those blocks, join it together, and then not like it because you can see some of those basting stitches.
Or have to get the seam ripper out.
Yeah, if you've never worked with a water-soluble thread and you're just a little nervous about it, I would say give it a try, Brenda, and maybe just slow your machine way, way down, and that might help you out. But yeah, okay. Let's see. Does the yardage include extra in the event that we don't have enough? Yeah, I think that Linda especially is great at making sure that you guys have plenty of fabric so that, if your machine eats a block, which is inevitable, right? You should have enough to stitch an extra. How easy would this be as a first-time quilt? I'm a little nervous. Oh, don't be nervous, Mary. I think that this is great as a first-time quilt. I really do think that this is great because one, you have step-by-step weekly live instruction where you can join us. You can ask questions. Linda will answer it for you live. And Linda is a great, great teacher. She is one of the co-founders here at Hoop Sisters, and she can help you answer almost any question that you have that will arise during Mystery Quilt.
And you might have been about to say this, but the other reason I think that this would be great, Mary, is because you can't see it to get overwhelmed.
Yes.
You're just gonna
get a little at a time.
That's right. You get a little at a time and you can check it out each week and play with it each week. So it's not something that you're getting it all at once and you're like, okay, now what do I do? Yeah. We walk you through it each week. So
okay. Kay said, can you use a print for any of the fabrics or should you only use plain fabric? So Kay, we kind of covered that earlier in the slides. You might have missed it, but I shared 3 fabric picking tips. And essentially the overall theme of this is for fabric 1, that is your background fabric. We would recommend that you pick a fabric that is a solid or reads as a solid. And then for the other 3 fabrics, 2, 3, and 4, you can use a print. I would stay with a smaller print that is not directional.
There you go.
What else do we got? If you did a dark background, could fabric 2 be cream or very light? It absolutely could, Kathy. If I did a dark background, I would probably stick toward lighter color fabrics or brighter color fabrics or something like that so that they pop for fabrics 2, 3, and 4. Do you get the freebie if you just get the design, Aubrey?
No, you got a free coaster, a 9-patch coaster when you registered. That was definitely a free gift and you didn't have to do anything but register. The bonus, that big, beautiful bonus that values at $45, you would have to get it's a bundle bonus. So you got to get the battleizer and the design, but you could do the 5 yards. Okay. Anything
Mary
else?
says, okay, you have convinced me. Awesome, Mary. We're excited that you will be joining us.
Yes. And just know too, Mary and everybody else, if you can't jump on right at 2:00 Eastern when we do those lives, the replays remain available. And we will also be emailing, if you're part of the Mystery Quilt crew, you'll get an email after the fact too. So you can kind of watch it at your own pace or rewatch it, things like that. Okay.
Okay. I have to share this. So Kathy said, I have been doing Hoop Sisters for many, many years, and their instructions are really good and easy to follow. Jump in and join the fun.
Well, thank you, Kathy. That's so nice.
Okay, Gwen wants to know, is it only 1 block a week, and do we have to make a few of them? I don't know. Specifically know the breakdown, but it's probably more than 1 per week. Yeah. And
I don't know.
Stitch a few
we'll ask Linda on Friday if she wants to share that. I don't 100% know, but you're going to have a nice chunk to do each week. Okay. All right. Let's do the recap real quick. Then we'll do our winner. So if you have not yet commented fabric, make sure to do that. I have allergies and I'm struggling.
It's terrible right now.
It is. Okay. So for the recap, I do have Nina's information, the customer service phone number and email is at the bottom. If you have a unique situation or question or something's in your cart and you just want clarification, please contact her. But for our recap, just a quick reminders that this is a pre-order right now. So pre-ordering is going to get you the 10% off if you bundle. It'll get you the bonus if you bundle. It'll get you the free gift, which is our Hoop Scissors Mini as well. And the bonus is nice too, Sarah, because they don't have to wait to get stitching something.
That's right. Yeah.
So on May 29th, we will put the week 1 files in your online account. Nina's going to be on here live with me tomorrow, and we're going to walk you through exactly how to access the downloadable files. So we'll clear up any questions you might have about that tomorrow. Again, $149 in your cart will earn you a free Hoop Scissors Mini. And within the contiguous US, free shipping over $199. All that goes away Friday at midnight. Okay. So if you are on the fence at all, you got a couple more days to decide, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Can I just say too, you said something about the bonus, and I thought that made me think, if you have purchased Mystery Quilt and you got that bonus and you're still not sure, I have these fabrics picked out, I don't know if I like them, make the bonus with those fabrics.
Yeah.
Try those fabrics out in the bonus, because if you like it in the bonus, you are going to like it in the Mystery Quilt.
That's a great
So
tip.
give that a try. It's kind of a low lift way to see if you really like it or not.
That's a really good idea. Okay. We're going to do this giveaway, and then I think we're good for today. What else do I have? Oh, we'll talk about this too in just a second, but I want to share my screen, and we're going to pick a winner. And just a reminder, the winner is going to win a Mystery Quilt. And if you already ordered Mystery Quilt, you're going to get the store credit. Okay. So here we go. This is fun. I love giving stuff away.
It always kind of teases you at the end.
It does.
Though.
It like slows down. Okay. So our winner is watching from Facebook. Her name is Gail Ryan Sparks.
Congratulations.
Yay. Congratulations. How fun is that?
Now you're stuck with us for 5 weeks, Gail.
Gail, have you ever done this before? I would love to know. I don't recognize your name, but that doesn't mean anything. We got a lot of people that do it. So Gail, let us know in the comments. And then I also want to pop.
No, where'd it
what?
go? I don't know where the comment went, but I think it
It's
was
coming too
Mary
quick.
over on YouTube asked to get the bonus. Can I put other things in my cart because I have a lot of Battleizer? Yes, you can. You just have to hit that threshold. I believe off the top of my head, it's around $127, $128.
Yep.
And then it will automatically pop in your cart.
Okay, I think it was Gail. Now that we've talked, I think Gail was the winner.
Sorry.
Please email Nina within 5 days. And then that way she puts it in the right account and all that stuff. And if you have other things that you want, she can help get you the mystery quilt in there for free and then get you the other things too. So just reach out to her and she will help you out. Okay. I'm going to pop the full customer service number up there again. Congratulations. And then so Wednesday's over. We're moving through this week and we are so thankful that you're hanging out with us. So tomorrow, I'm kind of excited about tomorrow. Nina's going to be on. She's always in the comments and the phone's ringing. I hear it like while we're live even and helping people out. But tomorrow she is going to step in front of the camera and share her screen, walk you through where to go to access your weekly downloads. So we feel like by the end of tomorrow, you're going to be able to pick fabrics, get your bundle, know where to go to access all the goodies when they come out week by week by week, and you'll be in really good shape. And then on Friday, we're going to talk about how to prepare for the mystery quilt. Linda's specifically going to talk about cutting fabrics and that sort of thing. So how to get ready for your week 1 files. And then if you guys have further questions about making it larger, how many are included, we can pop those questions in on Friday for her. But yeah, 2 more after today, 2 more. I didn't change that number. Chances to win the mystery quilt.
Awesome.
Absolutely free. So
Pretty cool.
Okay. So we would love for you to join us.
Thank
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm also going to post in our VIP Facebook group. So maybe Nina, you could drop that link again. I'm also going to post in our VIP Facebook group a question post. So we're hoping to answer FAQs tomorrow. Any questions that you guys have that we haven't answered, or maybe we need to clarify, we're going to do that tomorrow with Nina too. So if you have a question that maybe we didn't get to because they're flying in here, go find that post. I'll put it up after we get off here today and answer or ask your question in there and we will answer it live tomorrow. Okay. All right. We did it.
Hopefully we helped you guys and inspired you to pick some really fun fabrics for Mystery Quilt.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.